Welcome to Sacred Wandering with Kira Brinton. My friend, this is a corner of the world where time stops, where the noise in our minds quiet, where we have soft hearts and we open our palms and we ask. This is a place where we receive. I invite you to join me as we wander through the sacred together. Welcome to Sacred Wandering. Good morning, my love. I'm in Miami, you know, one of my favorite places. And I'm so grateful to be in prayer with you today. This is my favorite thing. And if I could, I would just sit and pray with you all day long. But here we are, the start of a day, or maybe this is the end of your day, or maybe it's 3 p.m. Whenever you're listening to this, I'm inviting you to just carve out 10 minutes or less to be in prayer with me, to sit at the foot of God, to receive information, to hear the words that God has for you. So we're going to breathe in and we're going to breathe out. There we go. I'd love to start today in gratitude. So we're going to imagine there's this beautiful light around us. And as we breathe in, it's like particles of light get to move into the cells of our body. And as this light moves into our body, we're going to seal it in with gratitude. So I want you to think of something you're so deeply grateful for. You're going to breathe in this light. And as you breathe out, you're going to allow the gratitude to deepen into your body. We're going to breathe in and we're going to breathe out. Just feeling gratitude move through you. Here we go. And today, let's start by calling in all of our angels and our guides in and through the light of Christ, that they will come and hold space with us and that they may show us exactly what we need today, but that they may also come in as helpers, as project managers, as supporters. And we're going to invite them to create with us today, not just here in our prayer corner, but everywhere today. And so I want you to just think about your day for a second and think about all the things that you have going on, all the things that need to happen. And if you could just assign them roles, assign them jobs, maybe you have to have a really hard conversation with somebody today. Well, then you could ask your angels that they will go and bless that person before you and them talk. You can ask your angels to open up the perfect opportunity for you to speak to them. You can ask that your angels go out and help you find 2 new clients. You can ask for your angels every morning of my life. Every morning of my life, I sit with my angels and I call them in, and I call in all of my children by their name. I call in Kale, Eli, Beck, Presley, Jones. I ask that all of their angels will be gathered in, and I ask that their angels will watch over my children. And this is a very comforting practice for me as a single mother, since I do not see them every day. And so I can call in their angels, and you can ask your angels to bless your bank account, that they may help your bank account grow, that they may guide you to be able to make your flight on time. Like, we get to work with the heavens. And when we're not, we're missing out on one of the greatest blessings ever. So today, look at your day and see where you could get extra support, and then ask them. Okay? All right, I'm going to read to you a message I received one morning in my prayer corner. These are the words that God gave me. The restoration, the reclamation, the return is here. The remembrance has been evoked. And so you walk differently. You see differently. You be differently. you breathe differently. Go forward and be. I love that message. Also, I love that God is always so poetic. It's like my favorite. And this message of being, it just keeps coming in and over and over and over. Like, Kira, just be it. Be the version that already has these results. Be the version that already has this life. Be the version that already has done this thing. And the more we be it, meaning we think it, we breathe it, we act it, we live it as though it's already here, it just naturally unfolds. For our cells are pattern followers. Our cells love to follow patterns. But the problem is the patterns that they're following are the patterns of our parents, the patterns of the generations above us, the patterns that got invoked through trauma, the patterns that don't serve us. But our cells are following these patterns because that's what they're meant to do. Cells are like sheep and they want to follow. Yes. So when we understand that power that lives within us, we can actually give ourselves new patterns. And the way we do that is by being. And this message from God to me was a reminder of that. Kira, be it. Be her. And so today, as we go into prayer, I invite you to pick up whatever patterns do not serve you, and you're going to put them into God. And remember that it is when we put them into God that God has the power to transfigure and transform them. So I want you to pick up whatever pattern it is that you would like to transform, no longer want your cells to follow, and you're going to put it into God. We're going to ask that God will transfigure it and transform it. And then I'm going to ask that God will touch our cells, that they may know the pattern of God, that they may know the pattern of divinity, and that they may know the pattern of who you were called to be. And then we're going to take 3 deep breaths as we allow ourselves to match this pattern. And then we're going to ask that God will place his hands on our head to give us a blessing so that we may receive divine words that are catered for us. And I'm going to be quiet while you pray and receive. You're going to take a nice deep breath in, and we're going to breathe all the way down. There we go. Allowing whatever words that you receive to go into your prayer book. And then, as always, we're going to open our palms and we're going to ask God, what is the number one most important thing you need me to do today? They're going to listen. We're going to receive. And sometimes my ask is more clear because remember, the precision of the ask is the magnet to the result that you seek. And so my ask can be, God, how do I close and then a set amount of money, right? How do I close that amount of money today? Or God, how do I complete this project today? And then I ask the precision of what I'm needing, and then I get the answer of what's the action I need to do for that result. So that's another way that you could do that practice. Now today, as we wrap this prayer corner up, I invite you to imagine that you are so loved, that you are loved from the tip of your head to the tips of your toes, that you are loved for all of your weaknesses and you are loved for all of your strengths, that you are loved for your rage, that you are loved for your passion, that you are loved for your peace, that you are loved for your irritations, that you are loved for all of it. I always think of the moment when I was blessed to become a mother 5 times. And every time that baby was placed into my arms, that the amount of love that I felt for this new child exceeded any love that I could ever imagine. And that this is just the tiniest amount of love that we can even fathom, that is how God loves us. And that is how God loves you. And there is nothing that would change that amount of love. You are so loved. And today I invite you to feel that and be that. And with that, I thank you for wandering into the sacred with me. And I will see you tomorrow morning in our prayer corner. Thank you, my love, for wandering into the sacred with me today. It is always an honor to hold this space for thousands of us to gather daily in sacred devotion. If you feel called to deepen this practice and join me live, I invite you to be a part of the Sacred Wandering Circle, a private, intimate space where we share our daily blessings in a Facebook group and gather once a month for a live 1-hour session. We come together to bless the body, to pray, and to receive. There is so much power when we unite with others who hold the sacred sacred. If your heart is nudging you, you can find the link in the show notes. And remember, you don't need anyone to help you hear God. You are the conduit. God speaks directly to you. And your prayer corner, it lives within you always.